All right, in today's Money Watch, if you or your kids are looking for a summer job, it could be pretty tough out there this year. That's because job growth has been trending downward. The economy added an average of 124,000 jobs per month in 2025, and that's down from last year's monthly gain of 168,000. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here with tips on how to navigate the summer job market.
Ooh, very good. Welcome, Jill.
Yes.
Hello.
Jill, so for people who want their kids to work, or for kids who want to work, young people, teenagers, how tough is it out there and what's your advice?
You know, the job market has shifted quite a bit. And as you said, we're down from last year's monthly average and the year before that, but there are still jobs. According to a lot of the analysts, most of the summer jobs are filled May through July, right? Because then in August, a lot of kids have to either go back for sports, they're going back to college, and there's probably going to be 1 million jobs filled during that time, which is pretty incredible. Though this summer could see the lowest amount of jobs for teens since 2010. So you have to look where the jobs are, right? In the last jobs report, we found out that there were a lot of jobs in leisure and hospitality, also in like healthcare, social services. But you know, the normal stuff, like when you think about leisure and hospitality, restaurants, there are probably going to be just under 500,000 jobs that are created this summer in restaurants. That's a good place to go. Camp counselors are always looking, lifeguards, babysitting. And one that I think is really important that a lot of kids take for granted, like if you're a smart kid, maybe you should be tutoring on the side. That's a great way to find a little extra cash on the side, maybe for whenever your fall spending resumes.
So one of the questions that I think has come up periodically is whether, for example, you advise young people to get unpaid internships. Now, when I started in the news business, my internship was unpaid.
Same.
That has changed a lot, but you wrestle with the experience versus getting paid your net worth, your value.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that if you can afford to get paid a lower level, and as you said, many internships are paid now, that's one group of people. But a lot of young folks, they do need to make money. They're trying to get money saved up for college. They're trying to get money saved up for their spending during the year. So a lot of people don't actually have that choice. I want to acknowledge it. But there are really great internships that are now paid, and they have to pay you overtime. And it's a really good pathway into a career that you may be considering. Kind of like a try before you buy. That's why I think internships can be really good. Again, you have to be able to forego the money you could have made maybe in, say, being a waiter at a restaurant.
I mean, every job I've ever had is because of an internship.
Did you work in high school and in college?
I worked in college.
Okay.
I worked at our campus center at the welcome desk.
Oh,
First campus
perfect.
center, yeah. I loved it. I was like, welcome.
So obviously,
Tours are this way.
By the way, one of the things that is important about why I think paid jobs are great is that I really think to learn how to manage your money at this early age and starting to track your money and getting your kids involved in that, your life's only going to get more complex. Yeah. So being able to do that now, setting that up and really getting your arms around this, automatic savings, 10 to 20% of what you're earning. If you're over 18, maybe opening a Roth IRA.
Wow.
And maybe, in fact, if you are a parent who has some means, a lot of parents I know, they're like, you know how I get my kid to save for retirement for 50 years in the future? I provide them a matching component.
Oh, I love that.
A parental match. You put $1 in, I'll put 25 cents in.
We're almost out of time, but do they have to worry about taxes?
Everyone has to worry about taxes. You can basically introduce your children to the Uncle FICA, which is paying into your Social Security taxes. And if they're 1099, if they're not getting taxes withheld, you have to remind them, here's how taxes work. We are going to have to pay some taxes come April, so you want to keep some money set aside. These are really good times to explain basics to your teens and your maybe 20-somethings, because these habits will be formed as early as possible, and you'll be able to manage this in the future.
Okay,
Always
Jill.
with the good
You know what
advice.
my job was in college? I worked at Spencer Gifts, slinging rubber dog poop to people. That's what they sold. They sold rubber dog poop.
Like joke poop?
Yes, joke poop, but like it was still poop.
You're so talented. Jill Schlesinger, thank you so much.
On that note.
If you have a money-related question for Jill, send an email to askjill@cbs.com, and she could answer it in an upcoming segment.